The quest to build a superior DIY cooler for my fiance has led me down many paths, but I feel that we are approaching the apex of our journey because I purchased this voltage controller. It's going to take us all the way up to 24 volts, so we should get a pretty nice flow out of our Noctua fan. In order to test things out, it came with this really nice little banana clip connector, and I put it on the voltage meter, and it is accurate, which is good because a lot of people tell me I'm going to burn my house down. I feel like this is a sign I'm not going to, maybe. After clearing up these connections from the Noctua fan, I plugged them in with the banana clips to see what kind of power we're getting out of the fan, and it's blowing, dude. We ended up peaking at around 12 miles an hour, so we're good to go to start ripping apart these electronics I paid, good money for. So a lot of people were complaining about my usage of those little wire nuts. And so I said, okay, what's better? And they said, butt connectors. So I grabbed some butt connectors I had lying around. I gave it the old college try, and dude, it was the most miserable experience you can imagine. There's probably a good 5 minutes of me like fiddling around with this. I'm not even kidding. And it was just not happening for me. Even after clamping them like as hard as I possibly could, they just straight up ripped apart in about 2 seconds. So I ended up just doing a square knot from what I remember from Boy Scouts. A lot of people are going to say I did this wrong, but I Googled it and it said this was like a good method to do it. I also invested in some of them heat shrink wrap little things, and I doubled it up. So it ended up being pretty tight. I gave it a good tug, and bit of advice about using a heat gun. Don't do it in an enclosed space because it gets really hot, and you also get a bunch of fumes from the plastic in that enclosed space, so not great. A lot of people also complained last time about how I stole that vent from Jack's attic. I didn't actually do that, but for this time I just found some in my own attic, so we're just using that. For our ice, we're going with the Pedialyte once again. She's been using this every night and replenishing it in the freezer, which is dope. For our final testing, so I originally wanted to put like this little like cover on there because we have cats, and I was worried about the cats putting their little paws in there. But I noticed that it was not flowing as much as I wanted it to. So we are getting like 4 miles an hour with that on there, but then it getting up to 7 with it out. So we're like, nah, temperature's good and falling. So I think we've reached kind of the apex of this. One more thing I could do is probably replace the whole box with like an actual cooler. Another problem though is it's started to cool down actually where we live, and she's like, I don't really need it anymore. So womp womp.